David. Actually, yes, because this is a Murphy lab. This is a Murphy lab, so check out the back of this neck. And the funny thing is, like when they relic guitars, they usually don't relic the neck. I'll put the unboxing up later. But there actually is a little ding. But I'm just like, well, at this point, there's so much relicking on the back of the guitar that, was that done by them or not? I don't even know at this point. I don't even know. But I just love the guitar so much. It's so cool. It's so cool. I'm talking about Mojo. But we need to do a stream about relic guitars soon because it's really... the whole relic thing is very polarizing, isn't it? I'm just going to copy this and put it on the Noel Gallagher group. And I'm just going to sit here and play Oasis songs for a while because I need to make some clips for the unboxing video anyway. So I thought I would just go live. I thought I'd just go live with it because it's so cool. So this is the real unboxing experience, and I'll put the unboxing up later on. 1 second. I'm gonna throw this in the Gibson group and the Noel Gallagher group just to see if anyone wants to check it out. One second. Put your Oasis requests in the chat. Put this on my Facebook as well. I should have scheduled this. Okay. Now check this out. I've never had a Bigsby before, but I really like it because you can just move it back and it stays there. Gary has a similar custom shop, 355, light age without the relic neck, magical guitar, no Bigsby. I don't care for them. Polarizing because some people get it and some don't. Yeah, I'm going to do a stream about this relicking thing because I'm going to return that guitar I just got, the John Mayer, because of the dings in it, and yet I paid extra, lots extra, for the dings in this guitar. I just can't even get my head around how I feel about these things. Gary has several relics but prefer when they look natural or wear instead of being trashed and unrealistic. But this is Murphy Lab age. I gotta say, this aging is very realistic. Like it's just like playing I mean, I haven't played a vintage, but it's very realistic. And it sounds, it feels and sounds incredible. You know, I don't like that word mojo, but wow. This guitar has serious mojo. Not just because it's the guitar that Noel plays, but because, I don't know, it's just got mojo. So, we'll talk about that in a stream. Perhaps I'll get some guests on for that one, and we'll talk about that in a future stream. I'm just going to sit here and play Oasis songs for now. I need to be myself. I'm feeling supersonic. You make me laugh. So, wow. This is making me question my love of Stratocasters. Because this thing is, obviously there's no noise with the humbuckers, and it's so fat sounding. This is why Noel likes to use this live at his gigs, of course. Because it sounds so fat. Look at this, I mean, look at this thing. It's just, this is incredible. And this thing just sounds so fat with no noise. I'm actually thinking now I should just use this. If I get a band gig, I know I can't do the funky stuff on this, but I'm thinking that I should just use this for everything. And I really bought this as a collector's piece, but I'm starting to think this is the best electric guitar I've ever played. I've got another camera up there. Let me get rid of it. I can't use that on my unboxing now. Okay, it's better. Let's try clean then. Oh yeah, you're right. That's really funky. Gary, you're right. I mean, that middle position is really funky sounding. And then I've also got the veritone switch here, which I don't even know what it does, but this is on position 1 right now. So I'll just run through the positions. Let me do it with the microphone turned off. It really, really changes the sound a lot. You know, I don't normally, I normally take my time. I mean, I've got some guitars that I've tried I haven't even made videos about yet because I'm not sure if I even like them. But this guitar, and you know, of course, things might change. I put that out there as well. But This is probably the best sounding tone I've ever had. As of this, I don't know. Maybe I'm on a high right now. Maybe I'm full of dopey, whatever it's called right now. I mean, I don't get this bad when I'm eating chocolate. Maybe I do. Cheesecake, maybe chocolate cheesecake. But I'm absolutely. This is so good. Now I'm not saying that the other 335s, 345s, I'm not saying they're not as good. I haven't even played them. But this, and of course I'm excited. Of course it's limited, and I like Noel Gallagher. Of course, I know that's all factors into it. But as a guitar, it is amazing. Yes, it has a stereo jack, Gary. I've only owned. I'm gonna make videos about this style of guitar soon because I used to play these when I was a kid. When I was in my first band, I used to play a Sheraton 2, and I'm going to make a video all about the history of my, because then I moved to Strats when I was in my kind of 20s because of my friend the Real Ting, who comes in here sometimes. I moved to Strats, and I love Strats. They're so comfortable. But I mean, like Jasper, he says, I'm making too much noise. No, I'm not. This is amazing. I completely disagree with you, my friend. Could be any electric guitar. No, this is the best electric guitar I've ever played. And I have played some style of guitar like this. And if you are an acoustic player, this is a guitar you should consider because you can turn the volume off and play it acoustically on the couch. And when you do play it, it has more of the feel of an acoustic guitar. And it has the fatter tone. Because I've read that Noel Gallagher doesn't use Strats live because they have a thin tone. And they do. I love them. But this thing, if you're in like a 3-piece band, will just fill out the sound. It's so good. And the Veritone switch, I thought it was a gimmick. It's all those positions are interesting and useful. With the Strat, sometimes it's too flubby. With that switch, you can choose exactly the tone that you want, and then the basic position 1 is amazing anyway, as it is. The Bigsby I thought was going to be just adding to the weight, and I like lightweight guitars. I thought this would just be annoying and heavy, but actually it works really well. And I love the way it just stays in position like that, and then you just move it back out of position like that. Again, it's just convenient. Yeah, it's got a stereo jack. I believe that splits the pickups. I don't know why you would. I guess I don't even know. I just as a guitar on the middle position clean or the bridge position distorted, it's just amazing. It's so good. Wow. So I'm going to play another song. I'm just going to keep playing Oasis songs because I have to on this one. There's other performers like the guy from Suede, the guy from there's 2 bands that they played these guitars all the time. I believe they had the same reaction. I believe they played these guitars, they found these guitars and just were like, that's the one. That's the guitar I'm going to use for everything because it sounds so big. I've read that about some of the biggest kind of 90s British artists that were around, Yeah, don't mess up a Noel Gallagher lick. That's not good, Aaron. Oops. That's one thing I'll say about Noel Gallagher. I never heard him make a mistake on stage, Okay, so Willem says you can mono each output and have different effects change. I don't know. Yeah, I guess you can split the pickups. So the back pickup and the front pickup. So I guess if you're doing this pickup here with the neck, maybe if you're doing like rhythm, you could EQ that a certain way with certain effects. And then when you go to the bridge, you can EQ that. I don't know, it's interesting. I'm not really into that kind of thing. I've experimented with that with like piezo pickups and things. I usually just want to keep it simple. I usually just want to use my middle pickup on clean for rhythm and then switch to the bridge pickup for the heavier stuff. Like let's try a much heavier patch here. Hey Staley, what's up, man? Yeah, I just, you know, I've been meaning to go live impromptu for a while, just go live for the sake of it and maybe take the video down later, but I just wanted to test it out anyway, so I thought just go with it, you know. And of course I have to remember to mute the mic as well. And also, I think it might be clipping. 1 second. I'm going to turn the output down just so I don't clip this feed. Where is it? This one. Yeah. It's when you play a Strat and then you play a Gibson, like the tension and everything is so different. But I like it. It definitely feels a bit smaller, but I like it. So that's my heaviest tone there, my heaviest distortion tone. This is kind of the sound that Noel would use most of the time. This kind of semi-distorted. So I'll play down the Bag and Anger, right? Who can hit the high notes? Anyone? Wow. I mean, I just I can't fold it for that kind of thing. I can't fold it. How could it be any better than that? You know, it's just, well, I mean, look at it. Look at the finish checking. I know Monday I was complaining about buying a guitar. Well, the guitar I bought from Guitar Center had a ding in it and it said it was perfect. I was more upset with the fact that they listed it that way for that price. You know, all these things are based on their own merit, right? So the price is really expensive. And the reason I bought it really was like, that's why I was selling all the guitars the other week. I sold 3 or 4 guitars last week to pay for this one. And I can't, honestly, I really bought this because there's only 200. I knew I'd never get one again. And I thought about buying it more as like a collector, like maybe in a few years' time, see if the value goes up. I really thought about using it for recording because I want a guitar like this anyway, this style. And when I saw the weight, I thought, well, I should just get a lighter, like standard series one. And I almost thought I made a mistake. And I thought, well, you know, it won't lose value, and maybe I can sell it on in like 10 years. Maybe it'll appreciate in value. I don't know. No, I don't know. But honestly, it's so good that now I'm thinking I should just use it. I should just play it all the time. On Reverb now, there's about 5 people selling these for about $5,000 over the list price. So there we go. We talked about scalping the other day. That is, I guess that is scalping, right? Yeah, I just love it. I have nothing bad to say about it at all. What did I sell the Rain song for? What, the price? Oh, I don't know. I can't remember. That went out the other day. Because I was like, I got 2 Rain songs. One of those can go, so I kept the vintage one. And what else went? I had a Variax that I never put on the channel. I sold. And I had... what else? There was 2 others. Just guitars that I never played. And I've got some more to go as well. What I want is guitars that I use all the time. And this is a guitar I would use all the time. But then I thought, well, I'm getting this as a collector. But what's the point, right? What's the point of having guitars you don't play? What's the point of having guitars that you buy in case they go up in value in 10 years' time, right? I might as well just make this my guitar. And the great thing with this is it doesn't say Noel Gallagher on it anywhere. This is just a copy of the guitar he has. And you know he has a good guitar because he has lots of money. He's been through lots of guitars, and this is the guitar that he's chosen to play for the last 15 years or whatever, longer. This is the guitar. He's like, yep, that's the one. And I do believe, actually, the story goes that he bought his as a collector's piece as well, and ended up liking it so much that he took it out on the road. Of course, now he has probably a few of these copies as well, so he's all right now. Now he can just geek with these. So, yeah, I'm just really, really impressed. It's holding tune. I didn't think it would hold tune well. It's holding tune. I see it restrings over the Bigsby. I have to learn how to do that. I mean, it looks easy enough, but this is all kind of quite new to me. I haven't played these guitars for so many years. As I said, I played one of these when I was about 16, the Sheraton, which didn't have the Bigsby. But I think the Bigsby is cool. I think all the Veritone is cool. I think the stereo out is cool. And it's just, yeah, I don't think there's a bad sound on here. So, yeah, I don't know. I think Gary is right. This is amazing. And Gary was asking what I'm playing through. So this is through my Kemper. This is going direct through the Kemper right now. I just have like a clean, a dirty, a heavier, and heavy. So I have 4 sounds getting heavier as I go up, and then the last patch is for acoustic if I need it. Yeah, I'm sure. Well, I'm sure it's not as bad as on a. I'm sure it's not as bad as on like a Floyd Rose, which is what that Variax had, which is why that went. Because I didn't want to change the strings on that at all. Through here, it looks like they just simply go under this piece. That's easy. And then they wrap around. Oh, so yeah, so you put it in through here, over the top and under. That doesn't look very hard at all. And then, yeah, that's it. And the stereo thing, I don't know. I guess I have to do a video on that, right? The stereo thing. But yeah, we'll play another song. Which Oasis song haven't I played so far? Oh, Slide Away. That's right. that wasn't an Oasis song. A fuzz pedal. Let me try one. I just got the stage again, the Kemper stage again, so I've only just started getting used to it. But I can try it for you. Let me see here. So this amp right now is basically a California Texan, which I presume is some kind of Mesa, right? Mesa Boogie, not Mesa Boogie. Mesa Boogie. Mesa Boogie. Let me try a fuzz. Is there a fuzz here? Kemper fuzz. Yeah, I don't even know what these are. I'll just try the first one. Let me know if I'm doing it wrong. I never use a fuzz pedal. Willem. You know what I love about this guitar? This guitar makes me want to... I've got to get the expression pedal for the Kemper so I can use the wahs and the octaves and things. This guitar makes me want to go out and join a band and play in a band. And isn't that what it's all about? I don't like preachy YouTube channels, but seriously, this just makes me want to go out right now and play in a band. Right now. And I haven't had that. I mean, to be fair, whenever these Noel Gallaghers come out, I get that feeling. I got that feeling last year with the J150, and I don't play that guitar very much. Again, I thought I'll keep it nice. You know, that's not relic. So with the J150, I got that same feeling, like I'm back in the old days of being in the band, wanting to be Oasis again. That's my jam. That's my thing. So part of it is that. Let's not lose that sight. But I didn't get quite the same feeling. Like I'm on supercharged right now. Back then I wanted to just play Oasis songs and got back in that mindset. But now I actually want to go and be in a band and play tonight in a band, right? I don't want to play acoustic tonight. I want to take a band out and just like rock. I love it. I've never used octave before. I've never used fuzz before. I did get one of those Boss ones because Sweetwater had a bunch come in last week on sale. Those rare Boss pedals. I'm going to review that. Not sure if I'll keep that or not, but I'm going to review it. But the Kemper's great because everything's in there. Everything that you need is in the Kemper. You don't need anything else, right? So let me see here. Let's try another Kemper fuzz. Here's a Psych 69 Germanium. I like the fuzz. I never really use them. I like it a lot. Try one more. Distortion, Kemper fuzz, Octavia, mid. Oh, the Mayer Octavia min. Okay, try that one. Holy cow, that's breaking up, isn't it? Let me try the heavier one. Tell me some songs that use fuzz pedals. I just never use them. Or here's an Extreme Silicon. Try this one. locked that. Now I'm stuck with that Kemper fuzz. I lost my other pedal. No. Let me just quickly change out to the other. Let me just reset my preset. Hang on. Oh no, I lost it. Now they made me a fuzz. Now I've got to be a fuzz fan forever. What did I have before? I think I had the Kemper Drive 808. I think that's what it was. Here we go. Yeah, David, skinny neck. Skinny neck. Oh, so you're a Kemper user too, Willem? That's cool. Skinny neck with that crazy relicing on the neck. Love the yellowing on the binding. Like I said, there is an actual ding, and I'm thinking, was that put in there by somebody when they took photographs? I'm like, well, I'd never know, would I? How would I ever know if that is or not? There's a tiny little actual ding in the wood itself. But then again, with all that paint on there anyway, I guess over time this paint might flake off as well, and you'll just be left with the bare wood. But like I said, the good thing with a relic guitar that's this relic is any ding you put in it will just be like, well, maybe it was there anyway. I don't know. Yes, Staley, 10K, 10K. 4 guitars went to pay for this one, and I also bought this on the premise of this will be a short-term guitar, like maybe a few years, and then sell it on, get my money back. But I don't think I might just have to keep this one and sell all the other guitars. I think this is the best guitar I've ever played. For versatility, feel, everything about it. And by the way, David, I'm really enjoying the Kemper too. I'm not just saying that either. It's amazing. It sounds so good, and I can't fault the tone. All I did was go through some Michael Britt profiles, loaded the ones in that I liked, and I just can't, I can't imagine needing any other sounds. It's very, very good. And then the flexibility with the definition control, and the effects all sound really good. Everything is just so well thought out. Really enjoying that now. Unlike the Quad Cortex, which was sitting on the desk, that's never being used, the Kemper's been used every day, and now I'm using it in live streams as well. I'm really, really happy with it. Yeah, I mean, the thing about the Kemper is, what I love about it is I'm just sitting here playing, and I don't even think I'm not playing through an amp. And I've been comparing it with the Kemper Cab to my real amp, and I got loads of thoughts on that. In fact, I might get a special guest on soon to talk about the Kemper. Like, why is it still so good all these years later? And I'm glad we got some Kemper users in the chat. Maybe you can join us for that. I'm thinking about inviting, might even invite Tone Wars on for that one. We'll see. We'll see. He's very different kind of stuff to what I like to play. See, when I don't mute the vocal mic, you hear all this sound. Because that is very loud from the guitar, of course. So I have to make sure that I mute the vocal microphone. Very bright here. I think I have the... What have I done here? What have I done? I got the amp definition up too high. Bring that down a bit. That's better. Actually, which profile am I on here? Let me see here. That's the one. Texan. Yeah, this is what I had before. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. I can't fold it. And like I said earlier, I keep coming back to my Strats all the time, but I really think I may need to. I mean, I'm going to keep. I've got a couple of Strats I love. I think I need to move over to this thing for more stuff. Yeah, I really want to play it at a gig. I really want to have that bigger sound at a gig, and I think this will give it to me. Latency? How can you hear? You can't even see my face. So how can you hear latency, McFarland? I noticed that our friend our friend Gary Roberts has disappeared. I wonder if he's currently trying to buy one of these. If he next week he tells us he bought one, I'm going to be laughing because I know what he's doing right now. He's currently like calling Sweetwater. No, I'm sorry. Of course, I'm not talking about the serious paint wear on the neck. I'm talking about there is an actual like ding in the neck. And the thing I say in the unboxing is that when Fender relic a guitar, they don't touch the neck, right? Or if they sand it down, they don't put like dings. Like when you get a ding in the neck, like if I hit the guitar with this capo and you get that little ding in the back of the neck, that is usually not relicked by anyone because that can be annoying. But this guitar has one of those. But I have to think that this thing is so much like a 60s guitar. Okay, they've kept the top quite nice. But with all the other like little things like the wear on the tone pots and things, I have to think that everything on here is an intentional ding. And, you know, we can't be fussy about relicking. That would put me even at new levels, right? David says they don't. Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe they do. Maybe at Murphy Lab levels, they do that to make it even more authentic. Don't you think so? Doctor, I thought that was the case. I thought you had two windows open. But anyway, let me put it this way: the ding on the little ding that I saw is less obvious than the paint speckles on the back. So, you know, that is what it is. I'm not going to get hung up on that. I get more hung up on that stuff on a brand new guitar because you know it's not meant to be there, and you can't put it down to relicking. So, but I definitely need to do a live stream about relic guitars. This is a seriously in-depth. I don't think there is an answer, by the way. But then again, there's no answer to any of this stuff, is there? Apart from the fact that this guitar sounds incredible. That's about it. Yeah, it's funny, Doc. When I saw Noel playing this, he looks really small. He looks really small against it. But of course, for me, this will just look like a normal size guitar. So I have to do a video about the Kemper too. I got a Kemper stage again. I simply got it because they made a phone app. And I was so excited about the idea of a phone app. I was like, that could be really useful because I'm using the apps now. I just did a band gig, used the apps. So I thought, I'm going to try one again. So I sold the Quad Cortex and I used that money to buy the Kemper. I got the Kemper stage and the Kemper cab for a little bit more than the sale of the Quad Cortex. And my goodness, they're an amazing combination. The Kemper cab is sounding great. When I had one before and tried one before, I didn't have it set up correctly with the imprints because it's a little bit fiddly when you do that. And now I've got that figured out. It sounds really good in the room, like really good in the room. And with I've got in-ears in right now. It sounds really good with in-ears. I can't fault it. And the workflow and everything, I'm just like, yeah, it's not the real amp. I don't have the real amp in the room. Like I don't have the vibe like this guitar's vibe, right? The Kemper doesn't have that vibe, but the Kemper just sounds really good, and the workflow is really good, and the existing collection of profiles are really good. So all that stuff is done, whereas we're waiting for like Quad Cortex to add all this stuff. Like where is it? Where's the definition button? Where's the app? So with this Kemper, I have it all now, today. I'm not waiting. So I can always get my Quad Cortex in the future when they add that stuff. But I think today the best thing to do is look for a good deal on a Kemper or a used Kemper rather than wait for the other companies to catch up. And the tone is so good. Like I never got tones like this through the Helix, for example. Like it really has that amp kind of, I'm not going to say feel, although it does have the feel, but it has that ampness, right? So I mean everything. Definitely got to do a live stream about that, and definitely want to do a collaboration about that. But it's really good. And the problem with the other modelers is what do you play them through? So with the Kemper, they have something to play it through. They have the cab, and the cab is really good, you know? It has that snarl, doesn't it? It has that snarl. This clean amp, this is not a Fender amp. This is actually a VH4. I really like the VH4, and they have a super kind of sterile type clean sound, but I like that. Very, very, yeah, sterile, not like the Fender thing. But I like to have both of those sounds available. But sometimes I just want this really clean, kind of sterile type clean. Very bright sounding. And all that is a Michael Britt profile with the natural reverb. That's it. Natural reverb, Michael Britt profile, and I just adjusted the definition control for my Strat. So I haven't even really touched it for this guitar. Amazing. So good. I'm just using in-ears, but I can also play through the cabinet in the room if I want to, or use it for a gig. So Staley, to answer your question, I really hate the fact that in the past I've spent so much money on paid profiles and presets. They can be a real waste of money. So if you get a Kemper, just go for the Michael Britt ones, in my opinion. If you like the sounds that I like, just get a bunch of Michael Britt ones and stop. basically, and use them, and just find a great clean you love, a great drive you love, a great heavy, and stop. And then just, that's your amp. And then the cab is just great. Well, you might not need a cab. If you play with in-ears only, you don't need the cab. But if you like the amp in the room thing, and you want that pokiness of it, and you want to go have something to take out and play, because all the time I see people talking about on social media, what do you play it through? What do you play your quad cortex through? What do you play your head rush through? What do you play your helix through? But the Kemper cab really does sound great. And if you can have it through the Kemper cab and through the front of the house, then you're going to get a massive sound, right? So I really, again, do this. Look for a used Kemper stage in great condition. And then you get some really good in-ears, like I have these short in-ears that I made a video about before, and you're kind of good to go. And this is coming from someone that doesn't like in-ears in the past. I love this now. And then if you want amp in the room, get the powered cabinet. Wow, what a combination. It's so good. Yes, someone said to me yesterday that it sounded good on Monday's stream, and that made me really happy because they heard it in a stream and I wasn't just making a video about it. I do that lately as well. I like to use stuff without telling you and see what you say and then tell you what it is. If I can ever do that, I will. It sounds like I'm trying to trick people, but I'm not. I just want to know what you think about stuff and then reveal it rather than say, hey, I think the minute I say, hey, I'm playing through a Kemper, people are going to say, oh, that sounds like a Kemper, sounds digital, right? So I wanted to do it Monday and not tell you. And then the fact that someone said it sounded really good, and I said, yeah, it's a Kemper, that was really cool. I like that. That's a good way to test gear out on the channel. So they said, yeah, the Quad Cortex has the XLR input. And I was like, yeah, that's why I wanted one. XLR input, I could potentially sing through it. I could potentially do XYZ. Well, the thing is, you can potentially do a lot of stuff with gear like that just came out. But when it comes down to it a few months later, you can sometimes find you're not even using it because you're still waiting for that potential to come in a software update. With something like a Kemper and a Voice Live 3 Extreme that are really old now, all those little things have been ironed out. You can plug in and go, and you're going to get a really good basic tone. Yeah, I can't plug my mic into it, but I never do anyway. That's the other thing I realized with some gear. I never do plug a mic into a Helix or a Quad Cortex. I always use the mixer. So that's just like in my mind, like, oh, that doesn't do that. The Kemper doesn't do that. Yeah, but what the Kemper does is it gives you the basic amp tone and effects tones that just work. They sound good. You don't have to sit there and fiddle with it. It just sounds good. And I think that's really important. That's a really important thing. And the cab sounds really good too. Like I said, when I tried one before, I didn't have the imprint set up correctly. I was stuck on one imprint. Now I figured out how to assign a different imprint to a different rig and change them. I found one that I really like now, and it sounds really good in the room. I did some comparisons as well. It's the real deal. It is the real deal. It's excellent. But my advice to you is don't go down rabbit holes. You know, buy a used stage, buy a bunch of Michael Britt profiles, or whoever does the kind of profiles that you like. Like if you want the real heavy stuff, then there's other people that do those. But and just find what works and stick with it. Because at the end of the day, the temptation can be to tweak and fiddle, but you don't need to, because this already does a bunch more than my real amp does anyway, right? My real amp does one thing or two things really well, but the Kemper does a lot of things excellently, and I think that's really cool. And what people are talking about using the Kemper cab with other modelers, no, the Kemper cab is linked to the Kemper. The Kemper is what controls it and sends through the speaker imprints, they call them. You need them together. They work together. You can't. It's not really worth buying a Kemper cab for a fractal. You really want to use the Kemper with the Kemper cab, ideally. So what a great combination. I've even thought you could get two Kemper cabs and run those in stereo. So the stereo effects are behind you on stage. That would sound massive, massive. But even just a stage, the Michael Britt presets, profiles, and in-ears, I'm loving it. That's what I'm using right now. The cab is turned off. I'm loving it. The effects are really good too. Like I said, that is just an amp, a profile, and a reverb. And I could play it for hours. That's not even using the freezers and the delays and all these things. Yeah, we'll have to do some videos on the Kemper at some point. I know a lot of people that watch the channel use them, so why not? There's the freeze. So I just froze that chord. That does take away my reverb, unfortunately. I'd have to go in and add another reverb if I was going to do that. Or use the delay to do it. Let me use the delay to do it instead. Yeah, actually the best thing to do if you want to freeze is change the delay to a reverb. So you can have 4 before and 4 effects before, 4 effects after the amp. So use a reverb, use 2 reverbs, and then use one of the reverbs for the freeze and one of the reverbs as the reverb. That's the best thing to do. Then you can have control over the freeze and it's just a freeze and not having that cycling going through it. Is there latency? You know, sometimes when you wear wireless headphones, they drift out and you have to pause the video and press play again. So if I play this... Oh, now I've got the delay on. Let me turn that off. Is there latency there? There shouldn't be. Anyway, this is just an impromptu... I might leave this up. I don't know. I just filmed the unboxing with the cats, and I'm going to edit that and put that up tonight. And I just wanted to film some playing for the end of the video. But I might just put the unboxing up and then do like an actual review video and play some Oasis songs for the review. I think that's what I'll do. I just wanted to go live and just... I was just excited. I just wanted to try it out. I thought if I'm going to play, I might as well go live and play, right? Lots of people interested in the Kemper. This is really cool. I think we're going to do a Kemper live stream. I think I'm going to get a couple of channels on here that love the Kemper, and we're going to talk about the Kemper. Because there's still this massive interest in it. It's still really good, worth checking out. So we'll definitely do that. All right, did I miss any Oasis songs that I wanted to play on this guitar for its inaugural strumming session? What other songs are there? Did I forget anything? I bet you can't name this one. Too loud, too loud. Hang on. I don't want to clip the stream. That was Lila, or supposed to be Lila. What else? Why can't I? Oh, this one. If you could name that song, I'll give you the guitar. In 3, 2, 1. Too late. You didn't get it. Oh, man. Yeah, Noel likes to do the slides down the strings. But for that, you need a lot more distortion, right? Let me try this profile. Oh, let me turn off the mic. That's not right. More distortion? I don't know. I can't figure that out. I never do that. He does the... I think he puts like a load of delay on and distortion on to do that. Okay, one more. And I gotta go. I got a gig tonight. But I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to do the Kemper. Is it still relevant discussion with some other channels soon. I'm going to post the unboxing of this tomorrow. Please leave a comment and watch it. I'd appreciate it because I want to send it to our good friends at Gibson. Maybe they'll come on the channel one day and talk about the Murphy Lab stuff. And I can ask them about that ding. No, just kidding. Just kidding. I don't care. It's great. I love the guitar. But seriously, I'd like to have Gibson on at some point. Because I've not had them on before. It'd be awesome. I'm really enjoying their stuff a lot. I really am. And yeah, so I'll play you out one more song. Let's do... Oh, Rock and Roll Star. Okay, I'll try to play that. And then maybe in the future you might see loads. Apologies if you don't like Oasis. There's going to be Oasis stuff coming up. Oasis and John Mayer, I'm sorry. I can't apologize. I'm not going to apologize. I like it. All right, I'll see you. Have a good night, everyone. I'll see you soon. Don't forget to subscribe. Ring the bell. Bye-bye. By the way, if you're an Oasis fan, I know I'm playing it wrong, okay? I don't know this one. Tonight, I'm a rock and roll star. I'm mad for it. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. I'm not lost, but I'm not found. I'm not up, but I'm not down.